some goals, but when it comes again to the Mexican national team between Julian Araujo, I always want to say Araujo, and Hirving Lozano, either, neither, or both, who's more likely to get called here for the Gold Cup, Alex?
That's a no-brainer. Mexico doesn't have a prop or a very established right back at that position, and he can also play as a right back or as a right wing back in a back five. So he fits both systems perfectly for what Javier Aguirre looks for in a team. And he's only 24. He's still in the getting the learning curve. So I think, yeah, it's. Okay. I will call him maybe for the next international break, just to try him with the rest of the defenders, try to see the chemistry, try to see if the kid is a little bit more calm than he was like a couple of years ago or when he was playing for the Galaxy. So he deserves a second chance.
Eric, you were surprised with that answer?
I am. Not because I disagree with it. If I had a choice between the two, I'd go Julian Aruajo as well. You've seen what Chucky Lozano can do. Mm-hmm. The last time Chucky Lozano did anything worth with the Mexican national team was 2018 World Cup versus Germany. El Chucky Lozano. And that was it.
7 years.
That's it. Radio silence.
7 years ago.
White noise. That's all you've heard from Chucky Lozano. So now he goes to Major League Soccer and he's supposed to convince you he could be a prime player again. He's 29 years old and it feels like he's been gone from the Mexican national team for quite some time. I don't think it's going to be Julian Aruajo either, though. Okay. I would, but I don't think it's going to be.
So it's neither for you.
Mexican football, the Mexican national team, when it comes to their right backs, they like ball-handling right backs. They're like a right back who's good with the ball at his feet. Julian Aruajo plays against Arsenal. You ask his coach, why he played. He's like, I needed somebody who was fast. I went with physical attributes. He's a shutdown defender. He defends first. He has Martinelli on that side. He has Trossard cutting around there. You need somebody who physically can be capable of being that guy. He can do that. His best game as a professional was Las Palmas about a year and a half ago against Vinny Jr.
Yeah, indeed. Mm-hmm.
He's a player who prides himself in his defending. But in Mexican football, those outside backs, they need to be good with the ball. That's how they feel. And you have maybe not a lot of quality, but you sure have a lot of competition. You have Jorge Sanchez. You have Kevin Alvarez. You have players, let me throw another name out there. Richie Ledesma, who's been in the news for Chivas, who plays right back for PSV right now, who maybe can get into that mix. For whatever reason, I don't think they value him the way they should. Israel Reyes has played right back. I think he's got a lot of competition there. I don't think he will make it. Something tells me Javier Aguirre, the way he's expressed himself of Chucky Lozano, is going to give him that chance. I think he will play or be given that second chance, Chucky Lozano.
I just don't think.
There's a discipline issue here.
I don't, and I repeat, I don't think the Mexican national team is in the business of turning players away if they think they can help. And he seems to be.
I'm surprised you're saying that because they have done that in the past. Because
it's true.
On account of the
but they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be, is what I'm saying. I think he's been in somewhat good form. 6 goals, 4 assists. 4 goals, 6 assists in Major League Soccer play. After being hurt all of March, I think he comes in. I don't think he makes a difference, though.
He's been given so many chances, and there's El Chino Huerta now playing in Belgium, younger, performing in a consistent basis when he plays for El Tri. Alexis Vega can also play there. There's too many players. Piojo Alvarado. There's too many players that have a similar profile. And El Chucky Lozano peaked in 2018, and since then, it's been kind of a progressive but constant disappointment. You know, he's been like, we were expecting so much from him after he scored against Germany. He went to Napoli. He won the league title with Napoli, which is an incredible achievement. But then what? He's been inconsistent. He's had some discipline issues within the national team. That's why he's not going there that often. He's got a lot of injuries as well. I think that his time has passed unless he says otherwise on a regular, constant basis at the MLS. And speaking of Araujo, you cannot afford the luxury of not calling up a player that is playing on a constant basis, on a regular basis at the Premier League. Right. For one of the best teams, surprisingly, one of the best teams in the middle of the pack, like Bournemouth. You need to seize that. Jorge Sanchez, when he was playing in Europe, when he was playing at Porto, even though he was a substitute, or when he was playing at Ajax, he was an undisputed starter at El Tri because he was playing in Europe.
one thing going against Chucky Lozano is that he's in Major League Soccer, and that's not a detriment for me, but it is for the national team program in Mexico. For whatever reason, they see players, Mexican players who come to Major League Soccer.
Like it's over.
It's over. So he's got that going against him. And
except for Carlos Vela.
Well, Carlos Vela said it was over for himself.
True.
You know, but he's got that going against him. And I think Chucky gets back to get an opportunity. I just don't think he will be the difference maker that he once was for Mexico.
Yeah, with the brand new team of MLS. But that also brings mental and physical challenges on its own. I still think Chucky Lozano deserves a chance, like we just talked about. But of course, we know how the politics work around the Mexican national team, and that is also the reality of the situation.